Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 34 of the West Marches. Hang on, I'm going to go check that out really quick. Let's
If Stephen Lumpkin was a record, that would be someone putting their hand on the record and going, reap.
34. Yeah.
Remix.
How's everybody doing today? I'm excited to play some more West Marches.
Me too.
Adam.
Me too.
Yeah, man.
What have you been up to recently?
I watched a video of you talking about roller coasters, and it was really cute.
Awesome.
You look so professional. I was like, this is not the Steven I know. The Steven I know is talking about boobs and using a funny Viking accent. This is this strange person.
It's pretty great. Is that the one where like I had a short haircut and they were interviewing me about like the
Yeah, it's the one on Steam when you're being all like, I'm Stephen Lumpkin. I make video games.
It's true. That is all I do, and I never do anything weird online.
No.
So
don't look me up on the internet.
So if anybody in chat is like, I don't understand what Adam's talking about right now, my big news for this week is that on Wednesday we launched early access of Roller Coaster Tycoon World, which I was very excited about. And people can go buy it and play it. And it's exciting and terrifying, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to give it a try. I'm a total noob at the roller coasters. I feel like I'm one of those people that just like missed the whole thing when it was a thing back before. I never played any of the roller coaster games, so I'm excited to try it out. And like I said on Twitter, I'm just the whole time gonna be like, did Steven do this? Is this a Steven part? Which part of this is?
I've played it. It's good. It's good shit.
Oh yeah, you played it, Sam?
Yeah, I love the roller coaster design thing. Yeah, it's really good.
I think the team that did the roller coaster builder is they did a really bang up job.
Yeah. Oh shit.
There's it's like painful for me to like watch people stream or like listen to people talk about it because like I know all of the problems.
Maybe you'll remember this, Steven, but many moons ago you played a little role playing game called Dungeon World here on So I know that feeling. Like watching that, I was just like. But to be fair, watching Jeff run it was much worse. That was much more painful.
I believe that. I do remember that particular session of Dungeon. I think I ended up having explosive diarrhea over the side of a boat.
I believe that you did. Yes. Yes. It's.
Go on.
Yeah.
It was so
really special. And then Neil and I killed each other. It was great.
It's really good to see the things that you made just dragged around on the internet.
Yep. Totally. Yeah, Steam reviews are pretty savage right now for Roller Coaster Tycoon World. I personally don't believe they are all fair. I believe that they all express a certain amount of frustration that our fans had with the development of the game. I don't necessarily think that all of them reflect the current status of the game. There are problems that the game has, but I think the frustrations with the development colored the reviews that we've gotten so far. It's disappointing, but that's the way it goes, man.
A lot of people are also just like, this isn't the original Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yes.
This is shit.
Yes.
And you're like, what? Wait, what?
I think that's true of every game ever released really in the modern era because it's so much more transparent. Like when it was like 1991 and people were making fucking Nintendo games, you didn't get to see shit. It was just like, here's a game, play it. It's done. It wasn't like, let's talk about every conceivable part of the game before it comes out. And now everyone has all these weird expectations. So I think that now there's this whole other universe of games where, like you said, people review them long before they've even played them or seen anything more than a couple of videos. So it's tricky.
It's amazing how many people don't understand the concept of like a game that isn't released yet. Like the game that's in, closed beta or alpha or something like that. They're just like, this is the end product and nothing will ever get better. And we need to judge this right now. And it's like, come on, guys, like this is the process, right?
Yeah, man. God knows that World of Warcraft is exactly the same as it was in 2005, right?
Yep, absolutely.
I played the closed beta for that game, and I haven't needed to play it since. It's the same, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, like largely the same.
It's like the game was at a couple of different companies before it came to Invisio, and then like it was slated for release last year, and then it was pushed back, which I think was a very smart decision on the part of the decision makers. But people are really burnt about both of those things. So yeah, it's disappointing being on a team and knowing that decisions that were out of your control affect people's view of the game so deeply. But everybody that I've been watching playing it, I've had so much fun watching them explore and piece apart the game. It's been really delightful. So
let me ask you a question. Oh,
So go ahead,
Adam. Oh, okay, I was gonna ask. Is there any point like where the negative reviews, like during a certain? Because I remember reading them. It was back in like October, November. Most of the negative reviews, right? And I even talked to you about it. Is there any like point where you get to like refresh your reviews? Like, okay, the game's released now.
Nope.
Now let's, like it's just
never.
Every review that you ever accumulate throughout your process of development. God, that's so harsh, man.
Yep, it is.
It's like, how can you not come out with like mixed? Like
that's sort of like the risk that you take whenever you do that.
When you launch,
smart people look at the date of the review, but like.
Okay, but Sam, to be fair, how many people on the internet are smart people, right? Especially video game consumers.
Not this guy.
Yeah. When was this review? Oh, 3 years ago. Well, I better disregard it. Most of the time it's like, shitty review, first one on the board, out.
Yeah. And like any review that's made during early access is flagged. This review was made during early access, and you can see how much time the player has spent in the game. But like the thing is, you don't see that information until you click through. And on the store page, it says mostly negative. And if you're just browsing for games and you're like, oh, look, a new RC2 game. Let me see. Oh, mostly negative. Hey, never mind. Right. And that's the part that kind of is a disappointing feature of Steam.
Well, you compound that with the idea that like anything less than a 7 is a total piece of steaming garbage. And it's like, well, it's perfect or it's trash, which is the opposite of game development, right? You can't make a perfect game, so everything's trash.
Yep. But I don't know. I actually feel really proud of our team. I think we've done a really strong job given the restrictions that we had on us, and I think we're only going to get better from here. I've already made like a bunch of changes on the stuff that I can change based on like player feedback. People were like, "Oh my God, janitors take forever to clean up puke." I was like, "Let me just go make that completely different." Boop, done. It's really fun to be able to respond like that.
I like to think you just were responsible for like one NPC. Like your job was just this one guy, and all the dialogue from this guy, and maybe he's the janitor. Like maybe he's just
I'm the janitor man. That's the guy that I'm in charge of.
You're like, oh, our game is coming along. It's so great, and like everyone that works with you is like, he only works with that one NPC. Like,
yep, exactly.
This game took 16 million people to make.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a feeling when I play it, it's going to be painful to watch because I've never played a game like this, and I'm usually not good at games like this. I'm usually like frustratingly bad.
I will watch play, so
it'll be
so that
horrible.
we can see where the new players break
down. In a lot of ways, I think that's a buffer for the game too, because people watching someone stream a game poorly. And I speak from experience as someone who's also bad at video games. They're like, oh, this game's not bad. Adam just blows. It's fine. I'll try it. I'm better than him at this. It's a good game. Great. Like, that's fine. That's real. I can handle that.
It's like you're like an opposite review or like an anti. I don't even, it's like.
I'm just a buffer. I'm a buffer for bad
you're
vibes.
the buffer. Yeah, you're like the buffer.
Just hit me. It's cool. I got it.
That's funny.
Yep.
So that's what's been going on with me. I'm getting your new character token set up here, Ello. So while I'm doing that, how have you been? Feeling better?
Yeah, feeling a lot better. Last week was rough. Was not feeling too well, and got bad during the weekend. But after, I think I was feeling better by Monday, Tuesday, around there. I think Tuesday is probably when I felt 100%. But then Junie got sick. So she's been sick like this week, and now everybody's healthy, everything's good. So thank you guys for being patient, both you guys and the viewers, with me being sick last week. I apologize, but here we are. I'm ready for some sweet ass role play, man.
Excellent.
Tilly's ready to kill some more old men in cold blood.
Yep, just straight up murder them. What did y'all get off of that old man? Do you remember?
What items?
Token things and then gold. You
got like 600 gold from him.
I have it all.
Yeah, I gave it was it was hush money for Darius. It's like let me buy your conscience from you, Darius.
I got a jar that I could like uncork it and it would be like 60 feet of
smoke or cloud.
Smoke. Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can you go into stealth with that?
I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's probably obscures you enough. Trying to scroll back up. What else did y'all get? Do you remember?
I got a magic elemental air gem, so I can smush it.
Yeah.
Elemental will come and do things for me. Yeah, and then I got the ring of warmth, so I'm resistant to cold damage, and I can wander around in minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit with nothing on. It's gonna be
shorts
sweet.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I should look up what Celsius that is so I know exactly how cold it actually is in real numbers.
It's minus 50 Fahrenheit? Yeah, God.
It is minus 46 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Cool, so I could live in Canada then. Problem solved.
No sweat. Pokket, what have you been up to recently?
Well, I've been dealing with some real life stuff, so I haven't been streaming as regularly, but I've been playing Hitman Absolution because I went and I played the new episode of Hitman, and I never played a Hitman before, but I liked it so much that I went and played Absolution, and I've been enjoying it, and I'm amazing at that game.
Yeah, you just wreck face?
I'm so bad.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't play it at all like you would Hitman. You know, people go through and they're like, I'm not going to kill anyone, and I'm going to only kill my targets, and not going to kill anyone else. And I'm just like, I got a gun.
I saw you throw a dude out a window one time because you found out he didn't have prostate cancer, and you're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah. Well, gave me the option. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll kill him.
And now he has gravity cancer. Good work.
So wait, I'm very curious. I'm very curious how not having prostate cancer suddenly unlocked the ability to throw this man out the window.
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah,
the ability was always there. She just decided to utilize it.
No one could listen. Let's be honest. No one could have stopped that man from going out a window, prostate or not. Okay, he's done.
Oh, he has prostate cancer? Well, better throw him out a window.
What if he doesn't? Well, better throw him out a window. You just gotta throw him out a window. That's what
the game's a lot of fun though. I like Absolution a lot. I went and tried to. What was the other one? There's one before that I tried to do. It's on Steam, but it was so buggy with mouse and keyboard that I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And it wanted me to actually stealth. What is that?
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would I do that?
When you have to do stealth in a stealth game, it's the worst.
Yeah, I played the new one. I'm like you. I got to like places where I'm like, okay, if I shoot this guy and I run really fast, I can get out of this mansion before these guys come after me. So I played Don't Stop Me Now from Queen, and then I just shoot him and I make a jet for the gate. It's not sneaky. There's no special thing I hooked to that and got these guys in an interview room. Like nothing like that. There's no poison. Like shoot that guy and run for it. And
it's just in all streamers bad at video games.
Yeah. Nobody, or like the other philosophy, which is if there's no one alive, no one can detect you, right? So you just kill everyone. You kill as many people as you want.
No place like silence in the grave.
Getting all of my stuff set up over here on my other monitors. So yeah, doing that GM prep like during the pre-stream, Adam. Yeah. Normally I have Wheat and Jeff to fight with each other while I do this. So yeah, now you're in charge. It's hard. It's hard to be GM. All right, Strippin, you and Ello need to get into it. Okay, ready, go.
Hey, Strippin, you suck balls, bro.
Yeah, good. I like it. Keep it going.
What was happening?
Wow. Welcome to the show, Strippin. Welcome to the show.
Yep.
Good morning.
Good of you to join us today.
Fight me IRL.
Yeah.
you know
on, bitch. I'm just kidding. You're like super tall and fit. So I'm just kidding. I'm gonna send
JK lol, please don't fight me.
I've been seeing like Strippin's before after pics on
You can
Twitter.
stream as the first human pretzel, Ello.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna send Rampage after your ass.
Now I'm just imagining Ello in a Batman costume and Strippin wearing the Bane mask. He's just got Ello bent over his knee, broken in half. TwitchCon's gonna be messy. It's gonna be real messy.
Oh God! I remember when as a kid that seeing that like picture like spread. It was like years and years ago. I remember I was at church. And my friend's like, guess what happened to Batman? He's like, just shows me. I was like, Batman, are you okay? I remember just seeing him like bending him over his knee. I thought that was like the coolest thing I'd seen in a comic book. Like
that is
ever.
incredibly dramatic.
Yeah, it was like so good. I loved everything about it. Stuck with me.
So, Strippin, man, what have you been up to since we saw you last? Been 2 weeks. You've been hanging out.
Not too much, man. I've been kind of taking it easy. Playing some of that Battleborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. Been really
Yeah,
enjoying that.
I heard you were super good at that game.
All right.
I heard you were.
I mean, like one of us has to be good at video games in this group.
I heard you were super good at God, what's it called? Paragon.
Yeah.
I saw some of your Paragon streams, and you were like topping the charts by like an order of magnitude every time, dude.
Yeah, you know.
Wait, hold on. Listen, he was playing Fang, weren't you? Okay, you're going like 30 kills or something. Don't think you're special, all right?
Playing Fang? I play anyone I want. Outcome's the same.
We should play some Paragon because I fucking love that game.
Dude, I'm down.
You're having a good time.
Have you played the new Champion?
No, I haven't had a chance yet.
Oh my god, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's a giant Grim Reaper with a giant hammer.
Yeah, and he like knocks people back. I had like teams of fading to the edge of the map and then like coming up behind him and just smacking him off.
You just smack him off cliffs and stuff. It's so good.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
That's great. But I've been playing a Pokemon MMO. I wanted some old school Pokemon nostalgia. So I've been playing a Pokemon MMO for the last couple of days. That's been pretty fun.
Tell me more about this. Is that an officially licensed thing?
Well, because it's non-profit, it's allowed to exist.
Aha. Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's hella fun. So
I believe it, man. I feel like of all of the games that you could turn into MMOs, 99.9% of them, I would kind of shake my head.
Yeah.
Pokemon is not one of that 99%.
It's legit. You can just like walk up to people and battle them. So I was playing with a bunch of friends, and then if anyone like kicked off, we'd be like, settle it in the arena, and then they would have to just battle.
Yeah.
It's good. We all took different starter Pokemon. It's pretty great.
I played it a little bit, of course. But yeah, I want an official one. I want an official one that's like...
There will never be an official one.
I want one, though. There should be. Why are they so behind the times? That's like the one MMO I would play.
The reason behind that, the reason that they're so behind the times is that people keep buying the same Pokemon game over and over in massive amounts. And so Nintendo and Game Freak are like, hey, people really like this game. Let's make it again. Let's do it again. Wait,
if we make Pokemon out of chairs?
It's like, well, we're running out of Pokemon. Let's just look around this office, and that's a cool fake sword over there. Let's make a sword.
I got some car keys. Yeah, we'll make that a fairy Pokemon. Yeah, no problem.
It's the Stephen King approach.
Ice cream Pokemon. Let's do it. Anybody else? No bad ideas here, people. No bad ideas. Can we have a cigarette butt Pokemon? It's in.
I'd run a team of 6 cigarette butt Pokemons.
He evolves into a joint.
Empty bottle of whiskey Pokemon. Cigarette butt Pokemon. Yep, I'm in.
It's like cigarette butt Pokemon, then spliff Pokemon, and then blast evolutionary
blunt Pokemon.
No, cigarette then spliff, and the final evolution is just Snoop Dogg.
Divorce paperwork Pokemon. Whatever, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sad times at the Game Freak offices.
Nice.
Oh, you've been playing Pokken too, the Pokemon fighter. I'm gonna compete at Evo for that.
Are you really?
Yeah.
No, you're not. Are you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Which one are you gonna play?
I'm playing Pika Libre.
Yes, that's the best. It's so good. I'm not sleeping. Jack thinks I'm sleeping. I just don't have a lot of eye makeup on, so it looks like I'm sleeping.
Yeah, just pulling a Jesse Cox. We're gonna replace you with an animated GIF, and you can just have a nap for the whole episode.
There we go. Get some recorded stuff.
Yeah, say "oh my" and wave your arms around a bunch. Problem solved.
Yeah, I don't know how to help the audio, by the way, over here because Skype like totally won't pick up my main like microphone. It only picks up my webcam. So I apologize, guys.
We'll try to get it fixed in the first break.
Yeah, I guess we can try, but it's Skype, man. It's stupid. We'll try.
So, you want to play some games?
I'm so down.
I mean, I guess we could play some Dungeons and Dragons. It'd be okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
So here for?
If we must.
If we must.
Uh-huh.
All right, folks. So we ended last session traveling to the west. We were about here.
Marching, if you will.
Marching westward. We were searching for a city in the mountains, far to the west, called the Great Pyranor.
Yeah, we had just finished. We just finished killing that land shark, and
Yeah.
I think that we need to. I think we need to finish. Like we need to rest is what we need to do.
Mhm,
We need to finish
mhm.
our long rest. And
Yeah.
do all that business.
I think didn't you guys fight the land shark like at the very end of your long rest? It was
no,
like maybe third watch or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it
I mean,
was
I guess my question is, did we finish the rest before or after the fight? Because I need to update my spell slots.
Yeah, we'll finish it after.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you guys go back to sleep for an hour or two or something like that. You know, rest up, bind your wounds, and then you wake up in the morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Well, can we do the thing? Because we need to get some inspiration up in this piece.
Oh yeah, no, totally, we can.
I want somebody else to do it this time.
I want
always do it.
a land shark tooth necklace.
You can totally punch out some
Take one
teeth
of them
from this
teeth.
land shark. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. They're like each tooth is like 3 teeth, so there's like one big central spike that comes out, and then 2 smaller spikes, and they actually like crisscross that way, so that it's really like a rending machine. It's almost like a blade from a blender or something like that.
So its teeth are like chainsaws. Then you're saying?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
You look up in the heavens and you see a star moving slowly across the night sky.
So yeah, is there any reason to dissect this thing? Like, is its outer shell like hard enough to be worth like? Because we have a tendency to take monsters apart once we're done with them. Do we? Is it worth harvesting?
I think it would be like there's nothing terribly well. Why don't you roll like a nature check and see if you can find out any specialized information about this creature?
I'm not very smart, so let's see if we can do it. All right, smarty pants. I got 10.
Yeah, like I mean, it's got like big, solid armor on its back, right? Like its AC was like 18 or something like that.
Oh, I know what I want to do. All that really I think matters to me is like first of all is like cutting open its guts and seeing if it swallowed anything valuable. That's where it's gonna have its treasure at. Otherwise, if Gallahan wants me to yank plates off it or whatever we can, but I feel like it's probably not worth it.
There is certainly a chance that it might have swallowed something valuable. Let's take a look at what kind of chance that is. Yeah, there we go. I mean, you know, it's just a creature living in the wilderness, so I feel like it's got like a 10% chance of having some gems in its stomach, and then
I was gonna say
so.
it would only be like if it eats its victims whole and accidentally swallowed a purse or something.
Yeah, exactly. So this one was just a wild one. You cut open its stomach and you pull out chunks of deer that are all ragged and bloody and
it
soaked.
stinks.
And it stinks. Yep, it's definitely gross.
Listen, Gallahan, you thought it smelled bad. On the outside.
On the outside. Yeah, no, you nick its bowels as you're pulling it apart, and just this cloud of stench just rolls out from it. You do recognize that it has these large plates on its back, and you could potentially take them and have them fashioned into some kind of a shield if you wanted a shield like made out of.
Yeah, I got a regular ass shield, so I'll break off a plate or saw off a plate big enough to make a shield, and then we'll take it into town and.
Totally. Like even its head is one entirely smooth, massive plate of chitinous armor with 2 little like indent eye holes here.
Wicked, doing it.
Awesome. Yep. You get your knife up under there and work away at it, and eventually you have to like chip away at the skull in order to like break it off of the thing's head. But after maybe 2 hours of effort this morning, you do manage to get the shield head of this billet off of it and carry it with you.
Now I have shield that can deflect bullets.
Yeah, it's a bullet shield.
Oh, wow.
Tilly just watches the whole process as he's dismembering it, cutting it open, all that good stuff. She's just kind of sitting down watching.
Yeah, and I'm like up to my elbows in blood and viscera, and probably like whistling to myself while I do it.
Yeah, feeling mighty fine. Yeah. So this shield, it's going to be much lighter than a normal shield, so it'll be like 3 pounds instead of 6 pounds, but still just as strong. But you're going to have to take it to a weaponsmith or armorsmith in order to get it fashioned into something easily usable. Meanwhile, Darius, I think that you gained a significant amount of experience last time, yes?
Yep.
Do you want to make that happen now?
Sure, yeah. I want to be level 4.
All right. So let's see what happens at level 4 for you.
Oh,
You
goodness.
can, I
Not
think
fair.
generally you get the same sort of things that everybody else does, which is you're a rogue, right?
Yeah, assassin.
Yeah. Sorcerer. And you're an assassin?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's see. Right, your sneak attack remains 2d6. Your proficiency bonus is still +2. The only thing that you get is an ability score improvement. So you can either improve 1 score by 2 or 2 scores by 1. You basically get 2 points to add to your ability score.
Take a feat.
What's
Or
a
you can get a
feat?
feat.
Take the feet.
Okay, I'll
And-
take the feat.
Feats are like special things, like kits that increase what your character is capable of doing.
Okay. And where do I find that?
Let's see. You're going to want to look on page 165 in the player's handbook and just start reading through the feats.
Okay. Well, I guess that's gonna take a little while. Can
Mhm.
anyone link that, by the way?
I will. I will assist you in this regard.
Excellent.
Okay, if you could.
Absolutely.
Adam will
Some-
tell you what feat to take, and
some-
it is lucky.
Some feats are good. Some are not. And,
What feat should you take, and why is it lucky?
Yes. Some feats are more equal than others.
Sharpshooter? That's what some people are saying.
People in chat are saying sharpshooter is pretty insane.
Yeah,
Mobile is
Pretty
amazing.
insane.
Do you like being melee or ranged, Darius?
I'm usually ranged.
Okay, yeah, then sharpshooter is something you should look at. That's on page 170.
I
You've
don't have
mastered
a
ranged
handbook.
weapons and can make shots others find impossible. Attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged weapon attack rolls. Your ranged weapon attacks ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And before you make an attack with a ranged weapon that you are proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll. If the attack hits, you gain a +10 to the attack's damage.
Oh.
So shit with poor armor, you can just take it apart.
Just wreck it.
But it also requires, like, you'd never use that feat against something like the monster we just fought because its AC was crazy high.
Okay.
So going against like characters with low level AC, that can be really useful. It's a little bit more niche, and it can be offset. That penalty can be offset if you have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're just shooting your bow all the time, it's useful. Alert is also really good. It's a +5 to your initiative, and if you go first in combat and you hit somebody who hasn't gone yet, I think you get your sneak attack bonus against them, so that's useful. It's also good for hiding at the beginning of a fight. So alert is something that is worth considering. Alert is pretty much the same as the effects that I have on my hammer, my magic item.
Is it where I can never be caught or surprised or something?
Take a look at the
take a look.
feed. I'm not sure that
You can't be surprised while you're conscious. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So alert is good too. It's a little bit more defensive.
Mhm.
+5 bonus to initiative, can't be surprised, and then people don't get advantage on attack rolls against you if they're hidden from you. So it's like an anti-rogue ability.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, alert might be better if you want to go a little bit more defensive on your feat choice.
Yeah.
But you'll
I
get
might-
another one.
To live,
You'll get another one
basically.
at level 8. So
Okay, yeah. I think I'll do alert first, and then we'll see what's better later, or you know what, whatever. Yeah.
sure.
Well, you know, take a think and then make your decision. You also gain hit points. So,
Okay.
Darius, you have
Cool.
2 choices.
Uh-oh.
You can
Okay.
either roll your hit points and then take the amount that you rolled plus your Constitution modifier, or you can just gain 5 plus the Constitution modifier. So there's a chance that you're going to roll high and gain more, but there's also a chance that you're going to do what Ella did and roll a 1.
Can I just watch it? Oh God, what did Ella
The thing
do?
is, the boring choice is the better one because you're getting slightly better than average hit points at every level if you just take the numbers.
I should just change that to be like anytime it's slightly better than average, it's actually slightly worse than average.
It would create like
It would be more interesting
chaotic.
decision.
If you
But
did
it's
that, I
also-
would roll every time.
You'd have to,
well, I
right?
mean,
but the problem with rolling though is that it creates such an imbalance in character health that now it makes your job harder to be like, cool, they're supposed to have an average of this hit points, but if you rolled a 1 for the last 3 levels, you get 10. You're level 4, you get 10 hit points.
Yep.
Yeah. Hi, hello.
So I should just take the 5 and not
It's safer to take the 5. And also over 20 levels, if you just take the 5, then you're averagely likely to have more health, actually.
Okay, I guess I'll just take the 5. Plus, is it just 5 then? So
It's plus your Constitution
Plus
modifier.
your con.
Yeah.
1. Constitution
so
1.
There you go. You
So
gain
you
6 hit points.
Yay! That's 27.
I'm
can
rolling
update
every
character
time.
sheets.
Every time
You're
I'm
gonna roll every time and get 1.
I
No,
did.
because now
I
he has
did
to
get
keep
one.
rolling, because if he rolls
Yeah,
super
now I
high,
have
he
no
makes
choice.
up for the fact that he rolled a 1.
It's true. He's got to keep rolling until he gets.
The thing,
super-
yeah. See, this is the thing that the human brain doesn't understand how
Yeah,
randomness
like,
works.
The
So
Casinos
gambler's
take souls.
fallacy.
Can I roll to see what I would have gotten?
Yes.
Okay.
I decided early on I was going to roll no matter what every level. So rain or shine.
I hope
People
that
got
works
really
out for you.
salty in
Ah,
that.
see?
You would have gotten 3, Darius. So
Yeah.
you made
Well,
the
no,
right
that's.
choices.
I mean, that's a D20, so that wouldn't have actually been the roll.
Oh,
but
nice. Yeah.
Oh, what would it would have been?
It would have been a
What-
D8.
D8.
Roll
So it
one.
should be a D8.
So that basically would have been a 1.
I rolled 1 D8.
There you go. So
Still
you would
was a
have gotten.
You would have
3.
gained 4
You
total
would've gotten-
Wait, what?
instead of 6.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
The point is, the safe choice here is the better one, even if it's the more boring one, unfortunately.
Yep. Which they probably did on purpose. I think the other thing about 5th edition is that it's so progression oriented, and it's so oriented towards fighting higher and higher level monsters that you kind of need your hit points to be reliable.
The thing is, there's no way to go back and fix it either. So if you're level 5 and you've rolled low on every level, you might as well just kill yourself and start a new character, because
Yep.
you can't get any better from there. You've thrown your first 5 levels,
Yep.
right? And it's like, it's so frustrating. That's why you just take the average.
Yep. Totally.
Or you just play a character with flaws and enjoy yourself, Adam. How about that?
Well,
How about
You mean
that? I'm
play a
sorry, we're
character
not
that
all
gets
men
carried?
Maybe Tilly is a halfling and maybe she's real frail, okay?
That's true. She's
Julie,
very
your,
small.
Your weakness drags all of us down. Get strong or get the fuck out of here.
I killed an old man for you.
Exactly. We're working on it. We're working on your flaws. We're working on them. We're gonna average you out.
One surgery at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. All right. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm in the midst of like adjusting the way overland travel works, because I've got some problems with what's going on right now, where it's like you're traveling and then you just kind of roll every day and you've got this constant check to see has anything happened. It's kind of weird. So we're probably going to move away from that in the future, but for right now, we've still got that going on. So who's going to continue leading the exploration to the west? Was it Strippin last time? Was it Gallahan who was leading?
Gallahan was athleticing his way through.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do a long rest flashback, get inspiration thing?
Totally. Who wanted to have a flashback for
Do
this
I have
long rest?
inspiration? I think I have inspiration already.
You should check. I know a lot of people spent it.
Yeah, I used mine for
I
sure.
didn't spend any.
Okay.
So.
You
Tilly-
do still have it marked on your character sheet, so.
Tilly, do you wanna do a flashback? I wanna learn more about Tilly.
Yeah.
About Tilly, yeah, I can do a flashback. So how does this actually go down?
So yeah, the way this works is like you're telling the audience like a flashback that we would see as if we were like watching a movie, and the audience got to see something about Tilly that like the other characters don't necessarily know. Like you're not necessarily telling people here's exactly what happened. You can if you want that to be the way that this flashback goes, then that can be a way that you do it. But like show us something interesting from your past, or talk about a formative experience in your life or something like that. And then the other players at the table can ask you, Ello, about questions about Tilly. So it's more like meta, where like we're all talking about the character rather than the characters talking about each other. And then anybody who asked you a question, you can give one of those people inspiration, and you take inspiration as well.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let me think of a good time for her. Okay, I think probably. So I'll just go ahead and explain it. So Tilly's parents died. She doesn't know how or what the circumstances were at a very young age, and she took to the streets probably when she was, I don't know, thinking something like 3, 4, years old, very, very young. She doesn't know the stipulations behind it at all, but she was taken in by what she thought was a kindly old woman who is known to orphan street urchins. And I guess if I were to share with you one experience for her, it's when she first got there. The only thing that she had was a keepsake for her parents. And when she got there, she was very confused, but all the other children were there. And she walks up, very shy as Tilly is. And the old lady is introducing her to the other children. And the old lady walks away afterwards and basically leaves her to the other children. And she's trying to make friends. And she realizes very quickly that she's being bullied and she's being surrounded. And before she knows it, after the encounter's done and the bullies kind of walk away, she checks herself and she realizes that she doesn't have the keepsake that she had before. And she goes on to investigate a little bit. It doesn't take her very long to realize that there's something sort of off about this orphanage that she's in. And I think I'll just kind of leave it there for right now. So
sweet.
Nice.
So Tilly, I have a question. Tilly's got that problem that halflings get sometimes where she's like infantilized all the time. Like how old is Tilly actually now?
I believe she is 16 years old.
Right. So she's like more or less like an adult. But everyone keeps treating her like a kid. So is she trying to get away from that like constantly being seen as a child by everybody all the time thing? Or is that like a safe place for her to be? Like, because it sounds like her childhood was pretty shitty, but everyone keeps treating her like she's a little baby. So is that something she's trying to overcome, or is she just like, nope, that's everybody, just I'll be a kid forever?
Going, and I'll continue with that story. Going into more into the orphanage is actually a front for a thieves guild, and they take these 3 urchins and they raise them under the guise of this orphanage, and then they train them and throw them out there. So Tilly sees how she looks as an advantage to how people underestimate her, and she's usually used it to get ahead in some way. So she almost sort of plays up being a child sometimes, and she understands how people perceive her, and she tries to use that against them. So it doesn't ever really annoy her or bother her. She knows exactly what she looks like, and she's totally fine with it. That's part of kind of that's how she survives in a way.
Cool. Yeah, I wanted to know if it was like a conscious choice, because like, yeah, there seems to be a bit of that, like, no, I'm just like a little kid. Don't worry about me. And then you're just like icing old dudes like a pro.
Yeah, right.
So I was curious. That's cool.
Yeah,
getting money from half elves.
Yeah, I like it.
Her innocence is definitely a tool, right? But she also doesn't really have a good sense of morality, because she ultimately doesn't understand what really is right or wrong, because she's kind of lived in a cutthroat world where kind of anything goes, but it's always kind of felt wrong. So, now that she's kind of around the other characters, she is kind of seeking a purpose. She's seeing that there's this life outside of what she grew up in. And so now she's kind of she's more influenced and more impressionable by other people. And she really is drawn to people with confidence. So when it comes down to it, she's, sort of kind of watching you, especially because you have such a confident character. You just kind of, your eyes have to be drawn to you. And so she's kind of learning her own kind of way in life, through the actions of the people that she's surrounding herself with, so.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to me particularly because Grigori's approach to Tilly isn't like, oh, here's a person I can manipulate. It's actually like Grigori thinks that he's doing this for Tilly, right? He's like, I just want to make you tough. It's tough out here, and I want you to be strong. So it's not like do this for me. It's like get better, be good, or you'll die. So that's really interesting to me. Cool.
Yeah, the naivete of it is not necessarily that she doesn't have like a good worldly view, like as in like how to stay alive, how to survive, but it is actually kind of a character flaw in that she doesn't necessarily, she's naive when it comes to right and wrong. Like because her moral compass is all over the fucking place because she was allowed to, murder or kill or steal or do whatever, typically not murder, but mostly stealing, but you know what I mean. So Yeah,
Cool.
I think she's got some things she's naive, some things she's kind of well traveled and understands. So it's kind of when people go, how did she make it this far? You know, like this very small innocent halfling. It's just because she's pretty worldly knowledge wise. But yeah, so
And Darius is just gonna watch Grigori corrupt Tilly and just
It's
go.
it's not corruption. It's improvement, moral improvement.
Darius is just
because-
gonna
I
sit
think also-
back and shake his head.
I think because of her upbringing, the things she's seen to, I think she's much more willing to accept philosophies or tendencies that would be kind of more taboo for other people.
Yeah,
So,
it's cool. It's fun playing an amoral blank slate and just making up your morality as you go.
yep.
Oh,
It is.
you're gonna be a murder hobo now.
Yeah.
You're with the perfect group to train you. All right, so Tilly, you gain inspiration in case you didn't have it already. And then you get to assign inspiration to one of the people who asked you questions. Did Darius ask you a question? I was doing a little bit of a
No, I think
encounter
Adam.
preparation over here, so it
I don't-
was Grigori.
I don't need it. So
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
take
I
it.
was going to give it to you, but now you don't get it. So I'm going to.
I don't need it. I need
Sure,
I need my 40 gold back though.
Nice. Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, definitely for Adam.
Cool. So Grigori and Tilly both walk away from the evening with inspiration.
Cheers.
Very nice. Oh yeah, we totally ignored your adventuring purpose last time. So Tilly's is finding purpose, Darius is accruing riches, Grigori's is asserting his strength, and Gallahan is uncovering secrets. So let's remember. Very cool. All right. So Gallahan, you're still leading the group, yeah?
Yeah.
Great. So for the travel for the next 3 days, how do you want to handle it? Do you want to move stealthily, swiftly, or one moment?
Good mute. Good mute.
Barely in time on that one. or do you want to use your survival skill to find food and forage and
No, I think we're going to move athletically because we hit this valley.
Yeah.
And then we decided we were going to move
Just gonna
south
trek
until we
across
found
it.
a way across. Yeah, so.
Okay. Very nice. So go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Yes, sir.
14. Okay, so you gain 2 travel actions, and you can spend one to endure, march on enduring difficult weather, to keep pace, increasing your pace and gaining 1 free day of movement, or to motivate, giving your party advantage on athletics and acrobatics tests for 1 hour.
I think we're going to keep the pace.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so... Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, so here you are. Moving straight west, you hit a large inland sea. The waves sort of lap gently against the shore. The wine-dark water stretches out farther than you can see. You can't see the other side. And the shoreline, you know, it winds and twists around, but it slowly moves its way to the northwest. What are you going to do?
You say that it was a river?
It's a sea. It's not a
Sea.
river. It's much too large for a river, and there are waves.
Okay.
We're heading west, right, to that new town.
Yeah.
Could I roll like a survival or investigation to see if there's any sort of tracks leading towards, any kind of used area where we maybe get some kind of bearing?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for any kind of tracks, especially multiple tracks leading in a certain direction that look to be like sentient, not like bear tracks or something, but human tracks or.
So you're looking more
Humanoid
for like a trail or something heading in the direction of this place.
Yeah,
Yes, correct.
if it's that's a good call. Like, because if it's a city or whatever, we'll be able to see a road or a path leading there.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Sure.
I'll help you.
Okay.
So you have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
Cool.
probably like out together, like while Strippin is, Gallahan's getting ready to like move the cart. We take a minute, and Tilly and I are out kind of on a hillock, like looking around, and I'm like, tell me, what do you see, Tilly? And like watching her try to like figure out the terrain.
What do your halfling eyes see?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Show me what
awesome.
your halfling eyes see.
I
You got Good thing you got advantage on that.
Yeah,
you nailed it.
Yeah, so I get kind of low to the ground, and I'm kind of smelling, and I'm looking around. I'm kind of, crawling around, looking here and there, and I ask you if you see anything, Grigori.
Yeah,
If
I think
you
probably
notice anything that's off, because I feel like his help would because I rolled the 20 on the advantage. Somehow you gave me some kind of insight that gave me that extra.
Yeah, Grigori, in these situations, Grigori doesn't give you answers. He asks leading questions. He's like, what do you notice about the grass? Look there, that bush. What do you see? And I kind of guide you towards something I already noticed.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I check the grass. I kind of look over at the bushes. I see that there are so it looked like somebody has brushed their way through, pushed their way through.
Yeah.
So I look over and,
I think probably you've sort of been on the side of a hill, and you kind of sort of climbed your way up it and looked around sort of all over it, and also got sort of a vista of the plains stretching off to the west. And you can see from your higher vantage point, the horizon to the left of you does sort of end in the water, and you can see the sun glittering off of it in the morning. But you can actually see through the plains heading west. There is sort of a patch of tramped down earth or tramped down grasses. It's not obviously heavily used, right? It's much less of a road than you would expect to be heading for a city like this, but there is a trail, and it is heading off in the westerly direction. Now, there's something else that you see while you're up here, Tilly, and you only see it because Grigori and you putting your heads together are so incredibly efficient at this survival task. You notice that off to the east behind you, just at the edge of your vision, and you're only seeing this because you've made your way up onto the side of this craggy hill. Back to the east, at the border of a forest that's just at the edge of your horizon, you see a large campsite where there's a number of people who have camped out. And you see a few wisps of smoke. You see probably 3 or 4 campfires burning, and a few very small, tiny, tiny little white dots on the plain that must represent very large tents.
How many, do I have a number on how many tents I actually see?
No, it's too far.
You must be careful.
6 miles away at worst.
I turn to Grigori and I say, Your instincts were right. There's a large camp. And I explain to him where it's at and kind of point out over, the direction. And I tell him, thank you for the help. I wouldn't have seen it without you.
So this camp, and I'm peering at it, sort of squinting against the glare of the sun. So this camp, is it in our general path, the way we were kind of headed?
Or is behind you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, right.
I explained to him where it's coming from, from the east, kind of behind us. There's several tents.
Mm.
And I kind of look to you. I kind of look to you like, what do we do next?
So, I guess from this distance, you mentioned the tents are like white dots, right?
Yeah. Just small white dots on the plain of grasses.
Strange yurts. Okay, well, I think we press on, but be aware. If they're moving, if this is a camp that they've just set up and they're moving around, we should keep an eye on them as we go, but we shouldn't let it distract us from our ultimate goal, I think.
I feel like we're kind of lost, though.
Do you say that? Would you like to inform us that you're lost?
Well, this path doesn't look like it's going to a city.
Well, so maybe you come up the hill and you're like, where's the city at?
Well, I do explain.
The sea is right there. It's got to be somewhere.
I do explain to the group that there is a sort of path where I've seen people take it to the west, so we could still follow that. But I just wanted to let everybody know that we do have people camping not far behind us to the east. So
well, I'm not averse to asking for directions, but. Could be bandits, could be marauders, could be...
I don't think bandits use shiny white tents, though.
Could be a circus.
Yes, could also be circus. Yes, good point.
You'd fit right in there.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, where there are
I'm just gonna go over here.
Where there are fires and structures, there are men, and these men are intense, so we must be careful. I think, and I peer down at the camp, I'm like, I don't know. What do you think, Gallahan? Should we go and investigate, or do we press on in western direction, hoping to find city? I mean, walk in any direction long enough and city, but we're looking for a specific one, so...
Let's ask the tiny one.
So I guess we both look at you, Tilly. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, Tilly.
I look too.
I'm kind of Tilly's kind of taken aback. This is the first time the group's like looked to her for anything, and she kind of stutters a little bit, but she speaks up and says, "Typically, I don't go to places unknown where I am aware that the number of people they have are more than us." So that's all she kind of gets out of her, just that she's concerned about walking up on a group that has obviously typically much more people than we have. So,
Well,
I think we should focus on the task at hand.
I think you're right. Let's maybe carry on. Give it a few more days. See if we find city in the distance. Keep an eye on this collection of tents. See if they're moving. Perhaps our nomads of the plains. And worst case scenario, a couple of days go by, and so be it. We go ask. And plus, and I look at Darius. I'm like, if it's circus, I'll buy you cotton candy.
Deal.
All right, I guess we're just gonna keep heading west down the path.
Nice. Now, Gallahan, you know from the information gathering that you all did before setting out for your adventure that Pyranor is 13, 14 days west of Virascali.
Yeah.
You've traveled maybe 7 days now, so you're looking at another 6 to 7 days of travel before you make it to Pyranor.
Sure, and these are mostly flatlands to the west?
You're coming down some hills. To the northeast of you is the Udridge Mountains. So if you were to go northeast, you'd rise through these hills into these mountains. But you're coming out of them, heading to the west, and there's just like long flatlands that stretch out ahead of you.
Does anyone know anything about, like, can we make a history check or something to know about Pyranor? Like, if it's built at the foot of such and such a mountain, or like, because people don't just build cities wherever they want to. They're built like in like the mouth of a river, or they're built around something. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anybody have any knowledge of Pyranor?
I look to Darius. Right, Darius is the most civilized. Darius and Gallahan are the most civilized of the group of us.
Ooh, civilized, am I?
I mean, you
Compared with Grigori.
Yeah, he's a bit of an animal.
Compared to me, yeah, I'm like, I don't know, cities is where people go, is pigsty. But I'm certainly willing to impart a blessing of my gods to anyone who wants to make the roll.
I have a 0 for history. I mean, I could still
For
roll.
history, I got that sweet -1.
Oh
Okay,
shit!
I guess it's me then. I'll do
does
it.
anybody have a better chance at that?
How about Tilly?
Because it's based on int, right? I think we're all a bunch of dummies. This is why we need a wizard.
We're all
Yeah, I got
dumb,
I got a -1 too. All right, Darius, it's on you. Unless you got a bonus, or at least like a 0.
I got a 0 as well.
I have
can
a
do
2.
it.
I have a 2 intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Well, smarty
Ooh.
pants. Darius,
No.
why don't you?
No, totally. No, I'm just kidding.
Total.
You have a
Yeah,
plus.
so
two
your history check is the best, Tilly. Of the
Okay.
groups.
Tilly? Well, maybe you know something about it. I'm gonna guide you with magic. I'm gonna incant a blessing. You get to roll a d4 and add it to your roll, and then with Darius helping you, you've got advantage and an extra d4.
Yeah.
So this should be able to get us some.
With Grigori
benefit.
forcing me to help you. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm helping.
So,
I think the way this goes is that I look at you like, yeah, you should know this, and you're like, yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you should too, Tilly.
So now
You go ahead.
you all know that history of stuff in the West Marches is all very sort of fluid and arcane and fuzzy, and it's much harder to for anybody to have knowledge of than history of the Kingdom of Lorraine, which is to the east. But it's entirely possible that one of you may have heard rumors. So let's go ahead and roll this and see what you know.
Yeah, I mean, like rumors, or I mean, even like travelers' songs, or like bawdy tales of the city, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Listen, it was important. It was important to teach, the children growing up in the Thieves Guild, cartography and histories a little bit in case they had been sent for missions. So, whatever.
Yeah, you got to have a good cover.
Yeah, there you go.
There once was a man from Pyranor.
17 is pretty good.
And
so,
you get an extra D4.
Yeah. Roll that.
Oh, okay. Let me just open up.
Nice. A 19 is a really good roll.
So I think just for flavor's sake, like what the guidance looks like is I probably get down on one knee and I'm like, okay, try to remember, Tilly, anything you've heard about this place. And while you're like racking your brain, I'm like saying a like mnemonic or something in the like my language. And I'm like, yeah, basically it's like a spell to help you concentrate. And so it's less about like you having a divine presence like pop into your head and more just like I'm using my magic to be like, focus, look into my eyes, think hard. And then I cast the spell.
Tilly looks very deep in thought as she's trying to recall some of the text she's read and some of the maps, histories that she's picked up, from the orphanage, some of the education. And she is trying very hard to glean some kind of information about the histories here. So, so Stephen, am I good at it?
Yeah, what do we get for a 19?
So, you do know a little bit, right? You've heard tale of the large black ridged towers of Pyranor that thrust upwards into the sky from the tops of the mountains, and how as the sun sets in the west, the great hand of Pyranor stretches out across the plains, clawing its way towards the east. You've also heard tale that in Pyranor they worship only a single god, some nameless god of the depths beneath the mountain, and that the city was founded as a religious expedition from a collection of holy men who divined the presence of this great entity and set up the city in its name.
Chthonic powers.
I explain this to them as best as I can recall. It's kind of chopped up and a little unsure. But I look to Grigori and I tell him that it seems like a very evil place, or that's the impression that I got, but that we'd be fine if we're just following him. So it's like, I'm sure you can handle it. And Mr.
Means there should be some kind of big ass cathedral then, so we should be able to see it a few days out.
Yeah.
All right, we will keep an eye out for great shadowy hand traveling across the plain. So if that's the case, the shadows will, because we're coming from the east, we should be able to see them
well in advance. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so today, Gallahan, are you leading the group along the shoreline of this lake? Is that what you're doing, sort of following it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you press on, you make a long marching day. You spend one of your two resources in order to push forwards. And by the end of the day, you're all feeling exhausted, but you're all feeling accomplished for how much ground that you've covered. Darius, you're the only one who's not aggressively pursuing some other tasks. So would you make a perception check for me, please?
Okay.
14, pretty good. Okay, Darius, you, like, as the group comes to a stop and begins setting down their packs and breaking out some travel rations, things like that, you're sort of standing around in the area. Again, you're sort of on the shore of this lake, and there's rolling hills or rolling plains off in every direction, with a few, sort of tree clusters or copses or sort of clusters of bushes nearby. As you all sit and rest and take a breather for 15, 20 minutes, Darius, you keep an eye out behind you, and you notice you see probably like one of the clusters of bushes on a ridge just a ways back sort of rustle, and a figure stands up from behind you, and they're sort of silhouetted. Actually, no, because they're off to the east. So actually, because the sun is setting and they're very well lit from the front, you can see them very clearly. It looks like sort of a half elven man, and he raises something into the sky, and then an arrow lodges itself in the loam right at your feet. And I think that's where we should take our first break. So don't go anywhere. Come back in 5 minutes. We will have more of week 34. Yes, officially. Week 34 of the West.
Russell Crowe.